Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living, that's right, limitless lives. And I am right now at my 24-hour period of this week's fast. We are walking through this path together, and I want to congratulate all of you who are out there, welcome you to our show. You know, when I first started fasting regularly, I thought success meant the number of hours. I thought success meant um, so many external things that were going on. I thought it meant the workouts that I had done, or the amount of food that I hadn't eaten, or even the blood sugar level that I had seen, or the weight that was on the scale. But as we talked earlier this week, we talked about the fact that success has to do with those internal things that go on. Are we showing up? Are we showing up? Are we present each time we are supposed to be? Are we, is our mind in the space where our feet are? I heard someone say recently on social media that your brain and your concentration and your thoughts should be wherever your feet are. In other words, my feet are right here, so my brain shouldn't be thinking about what happened in the past, and it shouldn't be worried about the things that are happening in the future. I should be present right here and right now. And playing your own game has to do with that. But as we get into our conversation, I want to say thank you for coming through and welcome everybody, wherever you're joining from, whether that's LinkedIn or Twitch or Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. Welcome you to the space. Those of you who are joining us from other sources or other places where you saw the content, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us. And that's right, we're right now, we are at the 24-hour marker. If you did not see what I ate yesterday as our last meal before we start the fast, you can get onto the channel, and in the this week's videos, I think is the one, two, three, fourth, fifth, yeah, probably the fourth or fifth video that you will see in that list. But anyway, it is our check-in, our pop-up live from yesterday. You get to see what my last meal was as I got into this week's fast. Just some quick things I want to alert you of as you come to the channel. As you go to our website, you see some changes that have happened there, and this is with the intention of streamlining your journey, helping you to jump on the path and get started rapidly as quickly as possible so you begin to see those benefits in your life. So when you get to the YouTube channel, you see two playlists that are there now. One is entitled Start Here. And the Start Here playlist is the list of videos that we've curated, that we've put together, that helps you begin walking down the path that we are on as we reverse our diabetes, improve our metabolism, and as we work on getting off of medication. So that's the first playlist. There is a PDF that you could download. It's a free PDF that gives you some information about getting through that process and helping you as you are walking through those videos. So download that. You can see that link if you go into the description of the playlist. It'll be there. You just copy it and you can get that PDF directly. That same PDF can be downloaded from our website, Dwain Woode MD Live. If you go past the welcome section where I do a little video, down below that you'll see two areas there. One, it says start watching videos, and the other said download your free PDF. So the start watching takes you back to the YouTube channel for that same playlist, and then download the PDF. The free PDF takes you to the primer or the starter the start guide for walking through those videos. The second playlist that you will see there is what's called this week's videos. And that is the video, that is the set of videos that we're doing this week. So if you're here, you're not quite sure, hey, what are they doing this week? What's he talking about this week? What's been going on the channel this week? If you jump in there, you'll see all the videos that we've done for this week, starting with our 100-day walk, our strength strategy and mindset. You'll see our flagship show, Dwain Woode MD Live, and you see that discussion. You'll see the pop-ups that we're doing, like this one will show up in there after we finish today. So those are the list. That's the list of videos that are happening just this week. So as we go through the various weeks, you'll see that that list will change because each week we're doing different videos. And with that in mind, all of the other videos that we've done are still there on the channel. So they're not gone, they're still there. So as you're going through the playlist, as you're watching different videos, if there's something that you want to get more information on, for instance, there's a playlist that's called How to Fast Successfully. There's a playlist called Reversing Your Diabetes. There's a playlist called Building a Better Version of Yourself. So all of those videos are still there, so you can still get there and you can watch them. But these two are the main ones that you will, if you're coming for the first time, or even if you've been here and you want to refresh and go through that pathway, watch the start here. And then, of course, the other one is the videos for this week. So, all right, so that's that. So if you are joining us this week as a fast, right? This is your first week joining us for fasting. Not that this is your first week coming on the show or first week watching the videos, but if this is your first week fasting, right, I want you to put in the chat first time, right? This is your week. You've decided you're going to jump in. You've decided you're going to take charge of your health. You decide you're going to use one of these amazing tools to take this journey with us. If this is your first time fasting this week, then go ahead and put first time. That's whether you fasted yesterday, or you're going to fast today, or you're going to start fasting tomorrow. I want you to put in the chat and in the comments, I want you to put first time, because that would be an exciting thing for you to do. If you fasted with us yesterday and this is the end of your fast, kudos, congratulations to you. I'm excited for you because you have decided that you're taking charge of your health, taking charge of your life, avoiding complications, going to the next level, creating the life you've always wanted. That's the first step in getting there, and using fasting as a tool is an amazing thing that you've done as you've moved through this space. So congratulations to you. We'll talk about folks who are starting today here in just a minute, okay? Let me go ahead. I do see, let's pull up, and I see Cornelia. Cornelia, what's up? She says, hello, Dr. Wood and LLG. Cornelia, glad that you are here with me. And I'm going to do something because I have got my phone up here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys up on my iPad, which is over here. So I've got to get over here. Let's see. And let's see, make sure that I don't have a lot of noise. There we are. Okay, so I can see some of those comments on this side. All right, so Cornelia, thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with us and being in this space. So when you are, okay, so that's people who are ending their fast today. Whatever you're ending your fast with, what's your first meal, go ahead and drop those in the chat. Send us a message. Let us know what it is that you're eating as your first meal. Once again, if you didn't see what I ate as my last meal getting into the fast, go back and watch our video, our pop-up live from yesterday, which is in that playlist called This Week's Videos. I think it's the fourth one. Okay. If you're starting your fast today, come on. You are starting your fast today. You've decided that you're going to plunge in, or this is just your day, right? Because this is, I guess let me make that point right here. So the fasting is not designed to be an occasional thing that you do. You say it again. The fasting that we do is not designed to be an occasional thing that you do, where we're doing it this week, but we're not doing it that week. We did it last week, but we're not doing it next week. We're doing it for 90 days, but then not doing it for the rest of the year. No, this is designed. This is the Limitless Living Health Action Plan is designed to be your installed operating system that runs your body and runs your life going forward. Remember, the Limitless Living Health Action Plan is the functional health arm of the Limitless Living platform. It is the thing. If we do this, if we follow this, if we walk along this blueprint, if we do this checklist, if we follow these guardrails, if we follow these guidelines, then we will end up in metabolically in a position that sets us up for long-term health and long-term life. That's what we are doing. And that's where fasting fits into what we do here on the channel. It is a routine that we are building, that we are installing in our lives as a functional part of what we do. It's like getting up and brushing your teeth. You don't do that for 90 days. Or you don't do it last week and not do it next week. Or you're like, oh, I'm going to do it 3 days this week and I'm not doing the rest of the time. No, you're brushing your teeth. It is a thing. It is what you do. Okay. And if you don't do that, we gotta have a conversation. So fasting. So if this is your fasting day, right? Today is your day. I want you to go ahead and put a 2 in the comments because you are in the beginning of your fasting. And so if you're putting in what you ate for your first meal, those who ended their fast right now, if you're putting in what you ate for the first meal, I want you to put a first and then put what you ate. If you are if you are beginning the fast and you're eating right now, I want you to put a last. Right, this is your last meal before you get into the comment. I know I got you guys putting lots of different things in there, but for people who are coming first time, this is your first time um, joining us for the fast. Then I want you to put first time in there so that we know that you are a first timer. And so wherever you are, even if you're watching this on the replay, right, you can join in. You don't have to be right here. We'd love for you to be here on the live, but you can jump in at any time. You're never too late, right? You're never too late to get started with the fasting process. So make sure that you get there and that you are doing that. All right. So I started saying a little while ago is when I first started fasting, I thought success meant lots of different things. As a matter of fact, when I started my health journey, I thought success meant, in terms of health, meant a particular thing. Even as I have treated patients, when I've talked to people, the marker for success was something different than we are talking about right now. Right. So when I first started fasting, it was the hours that I fasted, or it was the meals that I had skipped, or it was the blood sugar that I had when I ended the fast, or I started the fast, or during the fast. And all of those are good markers. And in fact, if you watch us, if you follow, I'm a data guy. I love gadgets. I love the numbers, right? Which we show, and we go through those numbers all the time. But what I'd like to do is shift that a little bit and bring that around to what we've been discussing this week. And so this week on our main show, the title of the show was redefining success. Right? What does success mean? And it is really those internal things, right? So that's what we want to talk about today is playing your own game. This is a series that we're on. So not someone else's scoreboard, not the diet culture, not comparison, but your own rules. And what does that mean on the inside? What does that look like for you on the inside? Okay? So if you showed up today even a little stronger, a little softer, a little more self-aware, then you have actually hit one of the measures of success. Don't you listen to me? If you showed up today and you are a little bit better, if you have some more internal peace, you have some more internal joy, then one of the markers of success has been reached. Now, the scale may not have shown that. The A1C may not have shown that, but you've achieved one of those markers. It is possible to reach the metrics, and the metrics are important, right? So A1C, we want A1C to be 6.5 or less. Or BMI, we want our BMI to be 25 or less, right? When we talk about weight. Blood sugars, we want average blood sugar to be between 70 and 120. Those are the numbers. So those are specific numbers. We have specific numbers for blood pressure, specific number for cholesterol. We have specific number for our weight, as we just talked about. So specific numbers. So those numbers are important. We're not negating those. And we don't want you to poo-poo them and say, okay, that doesn't matter, or I'm not shooting for that. We're not in that position. We're not in that journey. Our journey is the things that we know are beneficial, the things that we know we need to do. How do we install that into our lives? Okay. So back to my point. So it is possible to achieve those goals. It is possible to get an A1C that's 6.5. It is possible to get our weight down. It is possible to improve our blood pressure. It is possible to improve our cholesterol. It is possible to get there and still not be successful. You've achieved the metrics, but what happens once you have achieved the metrics? Does it stick? Does it stay? Does it remain? And that is what happens when the internal measures of success are not aligned with who we say we are, and we've not changed the person that we are to help us support the metrics that we're looking at. Oh, wait. Come on. I want you to hear what I'm saying. So, if the person that I am has not changed to be the person that I need to be to support achieving the metrics, I may hit that metric at some point, right? If I concentrate enough, if I white knuckle it enough, if I have strong enough, whatever people say to us, if I have enough, it is possible that I can hit that metric. But what happened after the metric is met? What happens when life takes a turn that we didn't expect? Does the metric still hold true? Are we still able to achieve and maintain that metric? Or does it all fall apart because it was just a number to us anyway? It was just something that they told us we needed, and there was nothing in me that was supporting me getting there and supporting me staying there. So the person that I'm depending on, right? So that limitless living, you see it over here? It says that at the bottom, it says powered by the new you. Is the person that I am, is that person now organized? Is that person mindful? Is that person resilient? Is that person capable of maintaining my achievement of that metric? Okay. I want you to own it. And that's the whole idea behind play your own game. Play your own game means that it is the way I am achieving that goal. It is the way that I am moving in that path, putting together achievement of those metrics. But if I have not done that, if this person that I am has not adjusted, if that person has not reached the internal success, then all of that stuff that happens can go away in a minute. Because it is the me that I'm creating. It is the me that's achieving internal success that ultimately then shows in external success. On our show, we did the 100-day, the strength strategy and mindset that our last episode, you heard me talking about building from the ground up. Building from the ground up. So the things that we're doing, the things that we want to do for our health, yes, there are all these things around that we need to achieve, but all of this, the structure that we're building, has to be done from the ground up. It's kind of like building a building or creating building a building. Um, you can throw up some sheetrock, you can throw up some 2x4s, you can put a roof up if you want, but if that foundation, if the ground, if the base, if that thing that supports it is not solid, then any wind that comes, any strife that comes, any bump that comes causes the structure to fall. And so the thing that drives, the thing that supports, the thing that holds us up as it comes to our health is not the number. It is not the weight. It is not the blood sugar. It's not the A1C. It is the me that I've created, the game that I'm playing. That helps me continue doing what I need to do and stay consistent over time. Because remember, our goal, come on. Our goal is not a normal blood sugar. Our goal is not a normal A1C. Our goal is not a number on that scale. That's not the goal. The goal is, how can I stay alive as long as possible and be as healthy as possible? How could I be around for my grandson or my granddaughter who was just born? How can I be here to watch my son graduate from college, to watch my daughter take her place running my company? How can I be around so that me and my spouse can finally take those trips and enjoy the fruits of all this time that we've put in working? That's our goal. And that number is a metric. It is a number. It is a thing to be looked at and a thing to get. But that's not the goal. And so, as we are moving through the space of play your own game, the question is, how do I take this version of this operating system, this thing that's going to take me there, how do I install that into me, into my life, in the way that is best to take me in that place? When we talk about the MOVE campaign, remember, metabolic optimization via exercise, MOVE campaign. That's the strength training that we're doing. That's the 100-day walk to consistency that we did and now still continuing to work on, by the way. We don't just move to burn calories. We move to activate awareness. We move to shift the hormonal balance in our body. We move to help our bodies understand that we are making choices to be healthy. We move so that we can adjust the domains of health, so we can see where there are problems, so we can pinpoint those, and we're doing something actively for ourselves to move us in the direction of success. You thought you were just walking. You thought you were just lifting weights, but there's much more to it than that. And playing our own game comes from first understanding what are my internal points of success? What are the internal indications of success? So when you show up for your fast, when you are mindful about how you are interacting in the world around you, when you are able to push through, when you didn't want to get up, you didn't want to go walking, scheduling was conspiring against you, when you show up for 91 days, when you show up for 100 days, when you show up for 109 days, when we did our 100-day walk for consistency, guess what? You're having success. Those of you who just ended your fast, you're having success. Those of you who've gone through a fast, you were supposed to do 24 hours, but you ended up doing 16. You are having success because you didn't fast before. One of the most hilarious things that I have had with a patient is patient comes in and we kind of talk. This is a new patient, and it turns out that she was drinking a case, a 6-pack. This was a case, a 6-pack of sodas, not diet, just regular sodas a day. And we talked about this whole process right here. And so she goes away and she comes back and she is so excited. She's so excited because her A1C hadn't changed, but she was drinking. Instead of drinking 6, she was drinking 5 sodas. So excited. But her family was not happy. Why? Because they wanted her to stop drinking all the sodas. Now, do sodas cause blood sugars to go up? Yes, they do. Do sodas cause spikes in insulin? Yes, it does. But was she being successful? And the answer is yes. Because she had made a choice to change what she was doing to take charge of her health. And so we sat and we kind of laughed over that process. And I said to her, "Congratulations, man. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you. This is great. You are doing a great job. I love it." She comes back the next time and she's drinking 4. Remember, we went from 6 to 5. Now she's drinking 4. And yeah, I love it. Look at this. You are down on what you're eating. She comes back next time, she's drinking 3. Notice she's cut by 50% the amount of sodas that she's drinking. Do you know that we went from an A1C of over 14 down to an A1C of 5.5? Over 14 to 5.5. And she made the decisions herself. She made the decisions based on her knowledge of how our body works, based on what she saw the metrics were, based on the success that she saw as she implemented her plan, and based on the consistency of continuing to go down on the sodas. Now, she's not drinking 0 soda. I want you to understand that. That's not the goal, to drink 0 sodas. The goal was, how do we become metabolically improved? How do we set ourselves up to have long, healthy life? That's the marker of success. That's the marker of success. The fast is going to end eventually. In fact, some of you ended your fast today. Some of you are starting your fast today, you're going to end it tomorrow. Some of you are starting tomorrow, you're going to end it with me on Friday. The fast is going to end. And the question is not so much, was I successful in getting through the fast? The question is going to be, what happens next week? And the week after that? And the week after that? Because if I'm not playing my game, I'm just barely hoping to get through the fast. I'm hanging on for dear life by my fingertips, by a nail. I'm hanging on until I can get through this fast so I can get back to my eating. But when you're playing your game, when the internal markers of success are active, then that game is sustainable. And so you actually look forward to the fast next week. Say, come on, let's do it. It's my fasting day. That is playing your own game. That's how fasting becomes successful, because we know fasting has benefits. We know that. That's not a question. Science has proven it. You know people that are proving it. I've proven it. People in our community have proven it. So that's not the question. The question is, how do we install it in our lives as one of those tools that gives benefit, but one of those tools that we could sustain over the long haul? Remember, your rules, your game, your success. And that's built around achieving the metrics that we know we have to achieve. But how do we do it in a way that keeps us sustained and keeps us motivated? Because motivation is cyclical. It comes and it goes. But when we've installed the structure will help take us where we need to go and help take us there long term. So if you fasted with us yesterday and then did this way, congratulations to you. If you started today and you're ending tomorrow, come on, let's do it together. And if you're starting tomorrow into the next day, into Friday, I'm so excited to walk along this path with you. Go ahead and put a first time. Put first time if you're fasting with us for the first time or during the course of this week. Go ahead and drop that in the comments, in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and do that as well. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life. Avoid complications. We're going to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Go live a limitless life, and we'll see you tonight when we do our check-in at 9 p.m. Central here